Hey traders, we have just confirmed a false breakout in this market, and I believe that the starting of the slingshot move is just starting right now, plus also a bit of an update across the markets as well. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, make sure you grab access to that free trading course. Very first link in the description. There's actually 5 phases in that trading course. There's the foundations, chart reading, trading systems, and also like pathways to success and mindset and stuff like that, just to help you out. Again, all for free. So very first thing in the description, go get access to that. So let's have a look at this here. So the market I'm talking about here is gold. And one thing I was actually watching for with gold is there's a few things here that I'm noticing here. So if I actually bring on the weekly chart here with gold, you can see there's actually a few things that's happening right now as I speak of it, since basically this bottom here in 2016. So you can see that there's the very first level that you're noticing here is obviously this support level here, right? We have support level here, support, support, support. Then we have, look at this, all this resistance through here. Then we had all the support, and that was that was the COVID crash, and then the boom, okay? And then look what actually happened through here recently. We had this bounce off level through there. It came down, came all the way back up, rejected it, came down, and then came back up again, right? So that's what we're seeing through there when it comes to we can come to this blue line, which is that angle. You can see it's definitely a very strong angle. But then we look at the black line, right? We look at this, again, 1700 level through here. You can see we had a lot of resistance here, support, support, a lot of support. Now remember, this is a weekly chart. So all these 1, 2, 3 bounces that we got right here. And if I zoom in, let me actually zoom right in a bit more, right? Look at this here. This is 1 week. This is another week. And this is another week here. This is another week here, right? And this is a whole bunch of, look at that there. That's probably about, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's actually 10 weeks. 10 weeks worth of data, right? And then we actually have another 2 weeks, 2 weeks here, which held that support level there. Same through here. And look what happened here. We rallied up, but we couldn't close above it, could we? And now look what's happened. We actually broke back and we closed above it. So what does that actually mean now? That means 2 things. One, this breakout below this blue line and below the black line simply says that that was a false breakout of this major level through here. And then obviously this level through here as well too, right? So that's the false breakout, now confirmed. Then we have this move up. So then the next stages is what we're looking at through here. If I go look at the daily charts now, we can see we actually had a very big move to the upside. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see now possibly a small little drop, okay? Small little drop in the markets like this in gold, but then start to turn around. And then we start to see, after we get this, then we see the meat and potatoes of it back up to all-time new highs in gold. But first, I believe we need a bit of a pullback first, a bit of like what we call like a mock charge or something like that, like a bit of a pullback, and then we'll see something like that happening, right? Like a real big sort of up move from there. So looking at that, we can see what's going on there. Okay, so but that's actually going to be healthy as well too. We don't want to see gold do something like this because that's now going to be causing bubble. If we get that, we tend to get something like that, right? Big moves up without pullbacks equals big moves down. Okay, so we want to see that little pullback through here, which we're probably going to get, and then we're going to see the move happening within that through there as well too. So let's actually go look at the actual silver as well too. So this is the silver price. If I squeeze up my weekly charts here once again with silver, we can see around about that $18 level. That $18 level is definitely a level of major resistance. A lot of resistance all through here as well too, right? A lot of resistance all through there. So what ended up happening was you can see that for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, we actually had a lot of resistance all through there. Now it's come back down and we've actually come down through here. And now we're getting a bit of again, this is a weekly chart. So you can see recently we actually had a lot of bounces through that sort of $18 level now. And now we're getting a bit of a rise. So what does it actually mean with silver? So right now with silver, there's actually we're not out of the woodworks yet with silver, okay? The reason why is because we're still at these. There's a strong level of resistance where we are now around that 22 level. And we've got this overall longer term trend line coming down through here. So for silver to get out of the woodworks, right? For silver to start to see really big up moves, we would need to see silver start to, which could quite possibly start to develop this here and then break above like that. We want to see a clear break above this $22 level, because that's gonna break this level here, right? It's gonna break this level here, but it's also going to break this level here. So it's going to be breaking of that. If we can start to get that, then we'll probably start to see a really big upward move from there. So that's the short-term level analysis on silver and gold. That's the, again, technical analysis there. The fundamentals that I do see is towards the end of this decade, when the government starts to go through debt restructuring and stuff like that, debt defaults and stuff like that, I do see we're probably likely to see silver and gold, especially gold, start to make really, really, really big moves, because I believe, especially with the gold price, we look at the gold price now, especially with the gold price, is that once gold starts to make really big move, or once we start to go through those phases of gold, of the debt defaults and the restructuring, there's going to be a massive rush to gold, and we could quite possibly see a $5,000, possibly even a $10,000 gold over the next 8 years, okay? And why I say over the next 8 years, because that takes time, right? Nothing just goes straight up. So if I'm looking at, say, a $5,000 gold, what's probably going to happen, right? We're probably going to do something like this, and then we're going to break out. We're going to go for a big move, and then we're going to get a pullback for a bit, and we're going to go for a big move. You know, like, see that through there, right? And then now we're at the 27, and so on and so forth, okay? But as you can see by looking at this chart here, we've been doing really, what's this here? This is nothing, right? So this is really like a calm before the storm. So firstly, right now on a technical level basis, we're getting the false breakout on gold, and now the slingshot move. The slingshot move is probably, is technical analysis says that we're likely to, once we get this sort of slingshot back on gold here, once we get this slingshot happening, which we are right now, there's a high probability we're going to run to the other side of the channel, right? So this is the channel, and then right to the other side of the channel, which is 2,100. That's that small picture. The big picture here is that if indeed we do start to get what I'm talking about here, you can see what is this all through here. This is really what, if you look at squeeze it up, look at the real big picture, that's what, just really not doing much, right? For the last couple of years, since 2020, since we had that move up, we haven't been doing much. This is actually really important, okay? Because there's the thing called calm before the storm. And generally when this happens, if we continue this like this here, and then we get a big breakout, guess what? Oh my goodness, guys, there's going to be such a big move, right? Technical analysis says this. And we see this happen all the time. Look at here. Look what actually happened back here. Nothing happened with gold. And then gold went what? Gold went for actually a really big move. Now, that doesn't look like much of a move from when that last calm effect happened. But if we actually look at from that low to high point through there, that's actually an 80% move from that low to high in 2 years, right? What's that, 1.9? Yeah, say 2 years from that low to high point. But once again, what do we have? We have this, not much going on. And then when we break, which is right there, we start what? We start a really nice upward leg, and we stair step up. So that's what we're probably going to get. Once we start to break above here, we're probably likely to see this really big move here. So we are really looking at the false breakout confirmed, slingshot pattern happening right now. But we're also, the big picture says the calm before the storm, and that's the reason why we're looking at that through there from an actual analysis perspective. You look at the G or D, which gives me a lot more data, the data, right? A lot more data, the data. We can see if I bring up my trend line from there to there, somewhere through there, we're possibly going to be, once again, filling in this here, which will actually be really, really, really nice, by the way, right? Because if we can start to squeeze this chart a bit more, if we can start to fill in this data through here, and we start to squeeze up, the more this, guys, the more this does this, if we can get that over the next couple of years, but then with something we see gold go for a big breakout, traders, I'm telling you right now, this could be the trade of a lifetime, right? Because then we're probably likely to go through an explosive move. Why? Because when the market goes sideways like this, it's like an energy building phase, right? So if we go through that, we've been doing nothing since 2020, right? So that'll be 1, 2, possibly even 3 or even 4 years of doing nothing, just going sideways. That's the market resting, rebuilding, and building a lot of energy. and therefore we could actually see this really big move to come in the market. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new Breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new Breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.